Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I was on TryHackMe, and I was trying the sticker shop challenge. When I first read it seemed a lot more simpler than it actually was. I was like, oh, you need to find a flag.txt. Okay, let's sort of forward slash sort of backslash flag.txt and see what happens. And I got a 401 unauthorized, and then I started digging through dev tools to see if there's any links and stuff like that, and I went down a rabbit hole. so I ended up slightly cheating. I seen how some of the other people did, and then realized it was an XSS attack. And there's no sort of hint, so you don't actually think about it. I know what it is, but if you don't know what it is, it's a cross-site scripting attack, and I didn't realize that's how you could exploit it. So I'm still learning. So I know what it is, but I didn't realize you could do that, because obviously you don't know if the way they built that web page allows you to do that. So it's not something I thought about. Anyway, so I then decided to, okay, now I know it's an XSS. Can't even get my words out. XSS attack. So I thought, okay, let's write some JavaScript, see if I can get it to work. Started writing the JavaScript, and then it just would not execute. So on the attack box, I had netcast running on like port, I think it was 8000 or something. And then when I ran the JavaScript, I kept getting a type error, and I was like, what type error? I couldn't work out what the type error was. And then after a lot of digging and debugging and trying, I didn't realize, I saw how someone else did it, and they used 127.0.0.1. I thought, that's the only difference between what I'm doing and what they're doing. So I swapped localhost to 127.0.0.1, and then it worked. So yeah, let me just show you. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I tried this sticker shop challenge on TryHackMe, and it kind of drove me a bit crazy. I was pulling my hair out at one point. So the challenge is basically you've got a web page loaded on port 8080. And basically there's a txt file called flag.txt, and the challenge is to get the flag basically. And all it says is they host everything on the same computer, they use for browsing the internet and looking at some customer feedback. So when I actually visited that yesterday, let me just expand that. If I visit flag.txt, you get unauthorized. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because I ran into something very strange that I'm not sure myself why it causes a problem, and I will explain. So in order for this, so basically this challenge is an XSF attack, cross-site forgery. If you don't know what that is, it just means you run some code on the server. It's a client-side exploit where you get the form or whatever to run some JavaScript. Yeah, so it's an XSF attack. And I actually forgot about that while I was looking at it. I started looking at the dev tools, looking at if there's links I can get to and the usual stuff, so the exploitation of the web page and all of that. And I kind of had to take some hints from some of the other people that did it, and I thought, oh, it's an XSF attack. Okay, so it's JavaScript. I started writing some JavaScript. Let me just show you. So let's say you had a script tag like so. Script tag like that. And then I need the script to obviously run when the form gets submitted. So what I did was document.add event listener, add event listener, and I think what I wanted was, that's not what I wanted. What is it called? Document component loaded JavaScript. I think it's that there is what I wanted. So let's do it here, something like that. And then when it loads, what I want to do is I want to do a fetch to http / this IP 10.10.38.202 where am I typing? Sorry, 10.10.38.202 there, and I'm just on port. I'll run it on 8000, and I'll have a query param called flag for now. Call it hello. So all that's going to do, this is going to be just a test to make sure that the code can actually execute when the form is submitted. Nothing special there. So if I run this and I need to do a netcat, listen in verbose mode, no DNS, and port will be 8000. Okay, so that's listening. If I go back to Chrome and go to the website, they have so I couldn't find anything on the home page. The only thing that was a bit suspicious was the feedback form. Now, as you can see, if I type in, it says, oh, thank you for your feedback, it will be evaluated shortly by our staff. Now, normally most websites will take care of this, and you cannot put JavaScript in a form. It won't work. But anyway, so for this whoops, that's not what I wanted. For this example, I'll just try and run this script just to see there's a script actually execute on the server. So if it executes, it should ping this machine 10.10.38.202. Let's try, and then let's bring this down, and as you can see, it is pinging and I'm getting this flag hello, right? So you can see the script is executing, and this is actually bad. You should never have this on your websites. So anyway, so that's working. So my thought process was okay. Another thing I found very weird is with netcat, if you start it again, it will, is it? So one of the issues I was running, yeah, so it keeps the connection alive from the previous request, basically, which is a bit annoying. So what I'm going to do now, run it on 8080. I'll run on 8080. Then I'm going to go back to this script. I'm going to say, I want to show you what happens. I'll do localhost. Localhost, fetch that, and then on the localhost 8080, and then flag.txt. When that resolves to response, and then we'll have response.text. Response.text. When that's successful, once we've got the text, I'll call this data, and then I want to run a little function that's just gonna fetch again, and this time it's gonna http, and it's 10.10.38.202. So 10.10.38.202. I'm running on 8080. I'm gonna add a flag here, and then plus data. That's what's gonna happen. Now you'll notice right, let's see what happens if I try and run this on port 8080. I want to show you what happens. Okay, and that didn't run for some weird reason. 1010. Let's catch it. Error. Then I'm gonna say, and then error here. Catch it like that. And I'm going to change this back to 81 only because actually I can carry on 80. Let's see if I can catch the error. Well, you see this type error, very strange. I've tried it with even with a HTTP browser kind of thing, and you get this strange type error keeps coming through, and I'm not actually sure what the, well, I know what it is now, and I will show you what the problem is. The problem is, for some weird reason, when you do localhost, it gets a type error. It just cannot work out what localhost is, which is very strange. If you want to, but if you change that to 127.0.0.1, and let's go, let's change this to 8081, and then we'll listen on 8081. Let's see if I run this now. There we go. Now we got the flag come through, and you can see it matches this 586. Yeah, it works perfectly. So very strange. I don't know why that when you change that to localhost you get a type error. Is that somehow it doesn't record, somehow the way they're running that machine doesn't something about the machine doesn't recognize localhost. And that's where I was banging my head against the wall yesterday. I was like, why is my JavaScript not working? Why is the JavaScript not working? So I just wanted to make that video. If you know what that is, let me know. But anyway, that's how you get past this challenge. It's an XSF attack at the moment, cross-site forgery attack, and as you can see, it works. But very strange how when you pass localhost, you get an error, type error. I initially thought it had something to do with Netcat, but turns out it isn't Netcat. It's just something going on when you use localhost. So if you do know, let me know. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Yeah. So as you can see there, why localhost wouldn't work and 127.0.0.1 worked, I have no idea. I solved the challenge, but I'm still a bit in the dark as to why the localhost wouldn't work. So if you do know, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.